Hello, and welcome to today's episode of the Daily Blend. I am your host, AC, and we are here today with Mark Briley.
Hello.
Who is representing Anderson Homes and the Anderson Homes Foundation.
Yes.
How are you, Mark?
I'm good. How are you?
Good to see you.
Good. It's good to see you. I wanted to say congratulations on the show, and it's expanding already, which means your influence is reaching our community. And I love to think that you're not only telling the story of Columbia, but you're helping write the story of our city. So anyway, it's an honor to be here. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Always. All right. So like I know Anderson Homes builds houses.
Yep.
They build beautiful houses, actually.
Yeah, thank you.
Really beautiful ones. But they also do something else.
Yeah.
And you're here to talk a little bit about the new Anderson Homes Foundation. So just
That's
tell
right.
us how that came to be and a little bit about it.
Yeah, so I joined the team at Anderson Homes about a year ago this month, and honored to be a part. I have known Russ a long time. Full disclosure, I married his sister 25 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've seen it all happen, right? I've seen the growth. I've seen the ways in which he's been involved in this community. I know his heart. Mm-hmm. And so when the opportunity came to serve together, it was clear to me we needed to do something that would create an impact in this city that I knew was valuable to him. And so as things happen, serendipitously perhaps, a couple of weeks into the new job, we met with Jane and the Friends that Love Columbia, who were hosting the Affordable Housing Coalition. And in that meeting, we learned that they had qualified 27 families right here, hardworking families here in Columbia, for first-time home loans. Never owned a home before, desperately working to have that opportunity. There was only one home in the city of Columbia that fit the need of those 27 families.
Wow.
And as you can imagine, that home was old and a maintenance nightmare. And here we are sitting as home builders thinking like, okay, there has to be something that we can do about it. And so we started sharing our heart. You know, Russ and my wife and their two other brothers grew up in this area near the poverty line, single mom, worked nights and weekends. Their home was not much to smile about, but there was love in the home.
Yeah.
And they learned how to work hard, and they had these opportunities to make a way in this city. And you know, Russ is like, if there was a builder who would have done something like that for our family, what would that have done for us? We can do that for these families, and so let's do it. And I got a call from somebody who was at that meeting the next day and said, the kind of stuff you all were talking about, can we do that? That's what I want to do. And we said, well, let's do it. We got to find a way. And so we started in partnership with Love Columbia, the My First Home initiative. And Love Columbia is doing the beautiful work of coaching families, vetting families, selecting families who are ready for first-time ownership, home ownership. And we're building the homes at cost for those families. And so we have 3 that are almost finished. We have a 4th that started. The beautiful thing is that we're getting ready to appraise these first 3 homes. They're going to value at about $70,000 more than these families are going to purchase the home for. And our whole desire is for that to be generationally transformative for their family whenever it is they can recognize that equity in those homes. So it's been great so far. We're learning a lot. Anytime you start something new, you know, there's a lot of things that you experience, and there are a lot of people involved that make it possible. And so we're excited. That's the first initiative of what we hope to be many. We got a lot of hopes for what we can do in this city.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see, first of all, the word spread, right? There's not a lot of people that know about what the foundation is doing, which is why I was adamant that you guys need to come on the show and talk about that. Because it's really important to this community, because we know that there are not a lot of affordable places, and we're not talking about necessarily affordable housing in the traditional sense. This is working. These are people who are working. This is working class housing.
I mean, just the elephant in the room, right? There is no affordable house.
No, there's not.
There is no such thing. And we want to create that opportunity for families. And the reason, you know, people ask, how do we learn more about what you're doing? We don't have a website yet. We don't have any of those pieces because the need preceded any of that. When we recognize there are families that are ready to own homes, and we know what that can be for their family. I mean, you think about the first home that you ever got in for yourself. You can remember how it smelled, how it made you feel. You know, that hand-me-down couch that was that green floral pattern that you just thought, this is the coolest couch that I've ever had. It's mine. And But that sets a family into a whole new opportunity for their esteem, for their ability to be a contributor then to the society as well. That they feel like they've got something, a place to call home.
Yes.
That still is the number one way a family can get ahead.
Absolutely. And
so we got to create that option, and we're working to do it.
I love that. So for anybody who's listening or watching, who may say, I feel like I'm in a position to help.
Yeah.
What are the ways in which somebody could come alongside you guys and help?
So a lot of ways folks can help, right? Somebody out there maybe has some property. There's no affordable homes. There's no affordable property either.
Right.
It's hard to come by those things. And somebody may say, hey, we've got some space that we would love to use for something like this. Terrific. The first 4 homes that we're building now, we have sponsors that are leveraging their resources to pay for that home as it's being built.
Yes.
And then they will sell it to the foundation at cost. We will also sell it then to the family at cost so that they fully recognize that benefit. What else can you give, leverage your resources to help somebody else, and then you get all that resource back?
Exactly.
And so we're very grateful for the sponsors that have stepped up already and say, hey, we want to do that. If there's a sponsor out there who says, hey, I would love to leverage my resources to help a family get in a home, terrific.
Yes.
We are hoping that we can create some things, some structure to the to Anderson Homes Foundation. So with the website and some of those other pieces that we know help tell the story of what we're trying to do. And because we started before any of that surfaced, I mean, we had zero budget, right?
Right.
We're just doing our best to make it possible. So if there's somebody out there who says, hey, I can't leverage to sponsor a home, but I want to help those pieces come to play, we would welcome that as well. If you know families that have not owned a home before, send them to Love Columbia. They're certainly working with families to help make that partnership possible too.
It's an amazing thing that you guys are doing.
Yeah.
I appreciate Anderson Homes' heart for this community and for the people who live in it.
Yeah.
We appreciate you, Mark.
Thank you.
Thank you for what you're doing. Tell Russ I said what's up when you see him.
I'll tell him.
And thank you so much for joining us. And you know what? If anybody wants to find you, they can just go to the Anderson Homes Foundation and they can look you up.
That's right.
Absolutely. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.